Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we talk about life, it involves three factors. One is the gross world. Second is the experiences that we gather from the gross world. And a third one, the one who is going through the experiences. In other words, we can say Adi Bhautik. Bhautik means pertaining to the matter. Then Adi Daivik, pertaining to the experiences. Deva means knowledge. So all the experiences. And the third one is the Adhyatmik, the one who is going through the experiences. And the truth is beyond these three. So where we get caught up in life? See, one day, now those who are listening me every day, they will get a repeat of this. One day I was in Delhi somewhere, and one police officer came to meet me. And he said, Swamiji, you give me something which will keep me busy for 1 year. Next year you will come. Till then I want to be contemplative. He's a very good student, deeply involved in study of Vedanta and practicing, although he is a police officer. A rare thing, accidents happen in this world. So, when he was standing in front of me in my room, it was about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So I told him, okay, switch off the lights. He switched off. Then I asked him, what do you see now? He said, nothing. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. Then I said, no, switch on the lights. He switched on. Then again I asked him, now tell me, what do you see? So he started enumerating the things in the room where I was. He said, I can see you, I see your bed, I see your table, I see your laptop, I see the water bottle, I see the furniture. I said, go ahead. He said, all this is there, I can see that. I said, that's it? He said, yes, what else? Then I asked him, but I see something more than what you are seeing. So what is that? I said, first of all, I see you. See? Don't you see yourself? Then I asked him, I see the light. Don't we see the light? Then I said, I see the electricity. See, friends, when we are preoccupied with the world, we miss the light. When we are preoccupied with the light, we miss the electricity. When we are in deep sleep is called as sound sleep, sound producing sleep. The producing is to be understood. It is silent because it is sleep. See? So when we are in deep sleep, we are standing in darkness. Nothing is seen. There is nobody, there is nothing. Then we switch on. That means we get identified with the body. After we get identified with the body, then what is the time where I am? See, wherever I keep on moving like a vagabond. The otherwise people move like James Bond. The wise people move like vagabond. So I keep on moving. And therefore every day new place. So to protect myself, I keep on the lights on when I sleep. Because then you don't know which side is the bathroom, which side is the temple at night when you get up. So when we get identified with the body, immediately the world is seen. Because that is what we have given importance. See. How long it continues? It continues for many, many years. And then one day it happens. We are grown up, middle age 40 has crossed. And then we start taking the books or the newspaper in our hand and start looking at it like this. So our grandchildren and children, they start telling, Mom, you are very stylish these days. Why can't you see straight away? No, my dear, I can't see properly. Be attentive. Now where is our attention? It is not on the book. Now attention is on the vision. See? Similarly, when we are unable to hear, then our attention is not what is being spoken, whether I can hear or not. So we drop the world and we have come to the light which was illuminating this world. See? World is only 5 objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The sounds, the touches, the forms, the smell and the taste. Other than these 5, there is no world. So, when we get lost in this world, and what we do, whole life, if we have to write our biography, what we'll write? From morning till evening, only get lost in this world. And then when we become frustrated, dejected, disgusted, there is nowhere to go, I don't know what I should do. And then we come across, by God's grace, some Babaji. And then we start listening something different than the routine. See? And then we understand that life is not between the womb and the tomb. Life is beyond that. See, friends. So, how long we keep this world as important for us? Only till such time we take ourselves to be the body. See, one day one sweet little girl asked me this question. Swamiji, when the world is created and where from the world begins and where it ends, a sweet little girl cannot ask this stupid question. Those who are frustrated, they ask about the world. Oh God, why did you create the world? Just to trouble you, no other purpose. Then I asked that girl, I said, hey sweetie, who asked you to ask me this question? Mummy, she is a sweet little girl. She has no problem. Then I told her mother, I said, Mama, why didn't you ask? No, Swamiji, I was afraid. I said, I am not a cannibal. I don't eat human beings. Then I told her, I said, look here. This world is created the moment, time-wise. The world is created the moment we are identified with our body. This you don't have to trust me. Longer the beard, more the doubt. Don't trust. Analyze your own experiences and the data I am providing, and if you accept it, keep it. If you reject it, throw it. See, when we are in deep sleep snoring away, that time the question is, where are we? Inside the body or outside the body? In Chennai or in Varanasi? Before coming here, I was in Varanasi. whether 2017 or 1947. So, place-wise, time-wise. Then, whether I am a man or a woman, young or old, educated or overeducated. See, object-wise. All these three factors, time, space and object, they are null and void when we are in deep sleep. Not only that, we are also nobody. See, the husband who doesn't dare talk or open his mouth in front of his wife, in deep sleep he snores loudly. Where from the courage comes? Because that time he is nobody. Who cares for the wife? See, friends. So, two things happen in deep sleep. There is nothing. There is nobody. When these two things happen, we are all happy. But the moment we get identified with the body, the whole world comes into existence. So if we want to go beyond this world, what we have to do? We have to go beyond body identification. Those who want to live long and those who want to commit suicide, both of them have the same illusion that the body I am. See, friends, there is no other illusion than this. And this body identification cannot be corrected by anything that you may do. See the impact of identification. One or two examples will make it clear. When we stand in front of the mirror, what is our experience? In this world, if there is someone most beautiful or handsome, it is me. So when we look at the mirror, we don't look at the mirror. We look in the mirror. And when we look at the reflection, we don't look at the reflection, we look at ourselves. So if the mirror is corrugated and the reflection is funny, we don't feel that I am funny, because I don't take it real. Now take another example. If a bird comes and sits in front of the mirror, what is the experience of that bird? The bird takes that this reflection in the mirror is real and there is someone other than me. Upanishad says, Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. Immediately the fear, the anger, it starts coming up. And the bird starts pecking to such an extent, it starts bleeding from its mouth. Now tell me, what the bird has to do to get rid of this identification with an illusion as it is right or real? Should the bird do pranayam? Should the bird do asana? See? When I was in Australia, down in Tasmania, for the first time I was staying with somebody, our Indians from Fiji Island, they were my host. So for the first time when I am staying, they don't know what kind of creature I am. So they have kept some books etc. just to read, because I am a Swami, I am supposed to read holy books. Many people have got that wrong notions. So she had kept one book, and the book attracted my mind. The name of the book was Doga. What is it, Doga? So I lied down and took that book and started reading Yoga for Dogs. And every posture of that dog was defined in terms of these various asanas. Surya Namaskar. The dogs do like that, you know. Based on this, the other day I received one WhatsApp. Don't feed your dog Patanjali biscuits. He will start doing meditation. If he will not bark at the enemy, don't give him Patanjali biscuits. So when we are identified with the body, nothing will help us, like the bird. Whether the bird does yoga or he does the japa. Two types of japa. One type of japa is Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Second type of japa is I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the body. Nothing is going to happen. See, friends, then what has to be done? First, stop doing everything and observe and learn. How is the bird in the mirror is interacting? He doesn't have to do anything. When he moves to the left, he moves this way. When he moves this way, he moves this way. When he does like this, he also makes the head up. One day, one moment at least, he will come to know, come on, how can he imitate me so 100%? Is he really there? And the day he comes to discover this, that this is merely an appearance. Recognition of the appearance of anything as an appearance is the only way to get freedom from the illusions. There is no other way. See? That is why when they receive people like us, na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyage naike amritatvamanashuhu parena nakam, beyond the nose. Parena nakam nitam guhayam. Nakam is the heavens. Beyond hell and the heaven. Beyond punarapi jananam punarapi maranam. See, friends, nitam guhayam. See, the very support of all the panchakoshas. Therefore, when we give importance to the worldly things, the clear understanding is we are intensely identified with the body. Now be attentive. When we go to the doctor, because we are Indians, we do that, but normal, I am talking about the normal non-Indians. When we go to the doctor, we don't tell the doctor what is the disease. Indians tell, that's a injection laga do. Let him decide. See, Indians tell the doctor what he should do. Give some antibiotics, strong dose. Is it ordering Coca-Cola or what? So when we go to the doctor, we tell the doctor our symptoms. So when the doctor listens to the symptoms, then he arrives at the cause. So from the symptoms, the cause is established, is it not? Now, how do we know whether we are proceeding in the right direction? And the first step on the adhyatmic spiritual path is attainment of freedom from body identification. If that is not achieved, you may do anything in this world. Bhagavan Shankara, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam, Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam, Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena, Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. See Maharaj. We get lost only in these non-essentials in life. See? Therefore, what will be the spiritual practice? Spiritual practice will be living in this awareness 24/7, whether we are identified with the body or not. But then whom should we ask? Don't ask anybody. I, as a grown-up person, Should I go and ask somebody, Mama, you are giving me food, please tell me, is my stomach full? A baby can ask this question. And a mother said, Beta, now your stomach is full, don't eat. But a grown-up person, should I go and ask somebody? I don't know whether my stomach is full or not. It is a personal experience. Nobody is required to authenticate it. In the same manner, how do we know whether we are rising above the body identification or not? And what is the meaning of body identification? How do we know it? See? Again, second step, analyze your experiences. Friends, the real Vedanta is learning from one's own experiences in life in the light of wisdom gathered from the scriptures. Truth is not declared or established by majority rule. Majority is for democracy. As we all know, majority is always the fools. Therefore, democracy is fools ruling the wise. You go anywhere in the whole world, all the fools rule the wise. And the wise get ruled out. Who wants wisdom? Therefore, how do we know whether we are getting out of this body identification? The first symptom will be worldly things, their presence and absence will not be a great consequence in our peace of mind. The world has always been like this. There is nothing new in this world. But we are all the time worried, I don't know what is going to happen to this world. Simple rule is, I don't know what is going to happen to this world. If you don't know, relax. If you know, be prepared. Where is the place for worrying? And see, friend, this world, then second thing, we go to God and say, oh God, why did you create this world? Just to trouble you. God will take. No other purpose. See, my friends, therefore the first symptom that we are slowly getting rid of body identification is our undue, intense involvement in the world will be reduced. Again, don't trust me. Observe your way of entering sleep. How do you go to sleep? Don't go here, okay? Keep alive. So how do we go to sleep? We come home, withdraw from the whole world, get into our house, withdraw from all bodies that we are. I am husband, I am wife, I am son, I am mother-in-law, I am daughter-in-law. All those things we withdraw. Then we go in our room, enter below the quilt, switch off all the lights, and the last japa continues. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time, I and want is there, sleep will not begin. And when the sleep begins, that time neither I is there nor want is there. So what are the symptoms of a deep sleep? You are not identified with the body, be attentive. And yet you are not dead. See, my friends, then what is happening? We are living through the body. We are no more living as the body. See, don't trust me. Analyze your own experiences. And in that deep sleep experience, there is no sense of otherness. There is no sense of being limited or finite. These two things lead to there is no possibility of desire. Because there is no desire, there is no anger. Because there is no desire, anger, there is no greed. But we are still there. So, it is possible that we can live without carrying the burden of desire, anger, greed. Living without carrying the burden of desire, anger, greed is the symptom of getting freedom from body identification. See, friends, and in this nobody can help us. We have to have our own understanding. That is why, I rarely entertain question and answer sessions. When you ask question to somebody, what you get is only a reply. Reply is not an answer. See, in your school, colleges, when we write, do we write reply to the question or answer to the question? They are called as answer books, is it not? There was one question and the students were supposed to write. So one student wrote a reply to a question, wrote an answer. The question was, what is the capital of India? So the student wrote, come on sir, you don't know even this much. It is a reply. It is not an answer. Exactly the same way. When you ask a question to somebody, what you get is a reply. Answer you have to discover. Don't be dependent on others. What will happen? Nothing is going to happen. These all questions come only because of body identification. See? Once I was in BITS Pilani, many years before, and I had talks in one school, girls or boys, co-education. And the students were class 10, 11, something like that. So naturally, when the audience is young students, teenagers, I will not talk to the Brahman realization, dispassion. No, they require inspiration, ambition, achievement, success. That was the topic I spoke to them. After that was over, then I said, students can ask some questions if they want, but anybody other than student, if you ask the question, I will not reply. I was very clear. And yet one only not out like me, he got up. Maharaj, I have got a question. I said, either sit down or get out. I am not going to answer your question. Anger is directly proportionate to the age. Old people get angry very quickly. For two reasons. Number one, nobody listens to them. Number two, they are helpless. They become angry. So he went out. And after everything was over, I went to the principal's room for a cup of tea. And then I said, sir, please call that teacher who went out very angry way. I will reply his question. So he was called, natural principal called, he has to come. He came. Then I said, sir, I extend profuse apologies for not answering your question. But you insulted me. I said, listen, please listen. Your question was in a wrong place, a wrong question. Therefore I didn't answer. You didn't even allow me to ask my question. How do you know what was my question? He was still boiling. I said, sir, your question was, what happens after death? How do you know? That was my question. I said, from your face. You are not living. See, friends, be very attentive. Has anybody ever experienced death? Nobody has experienced. Death is an impossibility. And yet we are afraid of death. Like in childhood we are touched the fire sometime. Therefore we are afraid of fire. It should not catch me. Suppose in childhood we have some kind of experiences. There's one girl I know. She is very brave, courageous, karate and whatnot, riding a motorcycle, like that. But if a cockroach comes, she jumps out of her skin. Now what logic it is? She must have had some experience somewhere, therefore. Now about death, nobody has the experience of death. Why should we be afraid of death? And friends, people are not suffering because of death. They suffer because of fear of death. And therefore the question comes, Swamiji, what happens after death? So I told him, when you are alive, nothing has happened. What is going to happen after death? Nothing is going to happen. What happens after death? How simple it is. But we get carried away. The whole problem is because I take myself to be this wretched body. So this body identification can be transcended only through inquiry, not through complaints. See, in Panchadashi, Vidyaranyana Swami writes one place, the same technique I use in one place in Delhi. Punjabis are little heavy type. So I went to one house. An old lady was there, so I went to do namaskar to her. I said, Mama, how are you? So she started her story. Swamiji, I have pain here, the pain goes and all that. And her description is so live that the listener starts getting the pain everywhere. And when she was telling me, then question came. Swamiji, why there is pain in my knee? Tell me. As if I had given her pain. Then I said, Mama, I will ask you questions. You please reply. You will get the answer. Then I asked, why God has given us eyes? She said, Swamiji, do you think I'm a baby or what? I said, you are arguing. You answer my questions. Why God has given us eyes? For seeing? Yes. Why God has given us ears? For hearing? Yes. I said, in the same manner, the knees are given for paining. The only purpose, no other purpose. See, friends, these questions, they come out of such a depth of foolishness. Then I said, do you know one simple rule? A dead body doesn't have pain. If you are having pain, congratulations, you are still alive. Can you imagine some dead bodies put on the fire and you lit the fire, hey, garam ho gaya? No. See, friends. So, pain is a sign of life. Where is the question of suffering? See, my friends, all this happens because we take this body to be me. And there is no logic, there is no reason, there is no authority. Nobody has ever told us that we are body. Has anybody told us, right from childhood? Nobody told. You must have seen the small kids. Suppose his name is Raju. So everybody calls him Raju. Then he also starts referring himself as Raju. Mummy, Raju wants milk. He is referring to himself as third person singular. See? Because nobody teaches us that we are body. It just happens, be attentive. How it happens? Just like anything coming in front of the mirror, reflection happens. What is to be done? Only to understand. Reflection is an appearance. Now be attentive. This appearance of reflection has how many factors? If you have to define, there has to be n number of conditions to be fulfilled. Then only reflection can happen. Otherwise it will not happen. First of all, the object to be reflected upon should be in front of the mirror. Number two, there should be mirror. Number three, they must come in proper approximation. Then only reflection happens. Otherwise not. In the same manner, unless we are identified with the body, this world doesn't exist. So this is the condition. Like the condition is, unless some object comes in front of the mirror, there cannot be reflection. Exactly the same way, this world does not exist unless we are identified with the body. So if we want to get rid of all the problems of this world, what should be logically a simple analysis? Only this much. The first step, therefore, friends, the real spiritual practice is this. What we get lost is either dharma or yoga, upasana or kundalini. These four things do not belong to the spiritual practice. They are necessary, but they are means, they are not the goal. Bhagavan Shankara says, samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karne. Dukrum karne is a language. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. What matters is, are you able to communicate with others or not? That is important. See, like you are all Tamilians here. I don't know Tamil. Then, how can I communicate? Doesn't matter what language is being used. Whether the thoughts are communicated or not, that is important. But we get lost in non-essentials in our life. See, getting lost in non-essentials is mistaking the means for the goal. Language is the means. Communication of knowledge or information is the goal. Whether you have got a golden spoon, or you have got a silver spoon, or you have got a steel, or you have got a plastic spoon, that is not important. What is important? What are you eating? See? After taking a golden spoon, you are eating only a dry sandwich. Oh Krishna. There is nothing more than this thing. See? And this sandwich is such a terrible dish. There is neither sand nor witch. It's still called a sandwich. Which sand we don't know. Therefore, language is only the means, not the goal. Exactly the same. Dharma is valid only when we take this world as real. See. And what Dharma tells us? The do's and don'ts. Satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyaya anma pramadaha, acharya yad dhanama vritti prajatantum ma vyavatsesi, satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam. This is all dharma. But when it is valid? When this world is taken as real. By that what happens? We are not a nuisance to the society. And we don't take society as a nuisance. See? It is something like, one day I was in Delhi and my friend, she was driving the car and we were getting little late. So I said, Mama, go fast, doesn't matter. You are in Delhi, don't you know? Delhi people, when they see the red light, like a bull, they charge. So she crossed because I inspired her. Police caught. Then I told, sir, don't punish her. I told her to do this way. Punish me. How much is the fine? The police gave me the highest wisdom of my life. Therefore, where many people ask me, who is your guru? For me, every one of you is my guru. Don't make guru a statue, a person. Guru is our ability to learn from every experience of life. That is the real guru. See? We may say out of courtesy, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. If Bhagwan Krishna was Jagat Guru, why Duryodhan, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra did not listen to him? It is something like this, Any Tom, Dick and Harry writes, Jagat Guru Shankaracharya. You see how many Jagat Gurus and Shankaracharya are in India? Lift a stone, there is one sitting there. See, friends. Guru is our ability to learn. So, one person, this police, he gave me the wisdom. He said, Hey Babaji, do you know? So what? Traffic rules are applied only on those who drive the car, not on the passengers in the car. Now apply this in your life. These do's and don'ts of this world are applied only for those who are taking this world as real and taking themselves to be the body. So what should be the spiritual practice? Let us sit in the car, let somebody drive the car. You relax. Exactly the same way. Therefore, the devotees bypass the law of karma. Devotees do not fall in the sin and merit and sanchita karma, agami karma, prarabdha karma. This is not applicable for a devotee. Because devotee doesn't do anything. Everything is happening Hari Ichha. Where is the problem? But for us, I have done that, I have done this thing. Okay, you are driving the car, suffer, fine. Why did you do that? Suffer. See, friend, how simple it is. Till such time this body identification is there, till then this world will be taken as real, and then to control the relationship between the gross world of the waking and the body identification, there are certain rules and regulations required so that the traffic on the road doesn't collide with each other, but it moves with the freedom. But that freedom is a guarded freedom. We are allowed to drive the car, but under certain rules and regulations. In the same manner, we are allowed to live as the body in this gross world, not the way I want, but we have to have discipline. And friends, there is no possibility of running this world by love. Forget about that love factor. Our Indians, when they go to Singapore, how decent they behave. Nobody will spit anywhere. Nobody can throw the chewing gum. It is not that they are doing it out of cleanliness. They are doing it out of fear. Where they do the mistake, not only a few dollars are given as a punishment, but there is a whip. So, you do the mistake, 10 whips on your back. And then they are so considerate, they don't want to spoil your clothes, so they want you to remove your clothes. And then they are very professionals. And they give 1, 2, 3, 4, and because of that you collapse. So they take care of you. And write on the paper, 6 balance. Tell me, who will cross the road? Do you think they are doing out of love? Forget about love. Even the world doesn't run with love. See? Bhishasmat vatapavate bhishodeti suryaha bhishasmat agnischendrascha mrityurdhavati panchamaiti. It is under the rod of fear of the divine that the 5 elements are behaving properly. Can even the fire says, I am fed up of becoming hot. You will get one, no, I am all right. See, friends, therefore, these rules and regulations of dharma are meant. So, if you do the sin, you will go to hell. And then in the hell, There are 27 types of hells. Those who want to know more details, because you can choose them. Very varieties are available there. One person asked me this question, Swamiji, how many types of hells are there? I said 27. If you want a reference, go to Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th canto. It is given. 27. And you can choose them. And that is why, Bhagavad Gita tells, Trividham narakasedam dwaram nashanam kama krodha lobha tasmad etatrayam tejet. There are 3 gateways to the hell. Why? Too much of rush. In heaven, only one gate, and that is also empty. Nobody goes there. So when the fear is introduced, then we start behaving properly. One type of fear. The second type of fear. One day this happened in Vrindavan. One man, very hefty and typical, politician type of clothes, tight ironing and all that, white one. We were all sitting, he came. He also sat. And then he asked me, Swamiji, I don't want to go to heaven. Please help me, please help me. I said, don't go, this is not compulsion, optional. He said, you don't know, I have done every kind of sin. You name it and I have done it. Now I am afraid, I have become old now, I don't want to go to hell. Please help me. I said, my friend, I promise you, you will not go to hell. After doing so many things also, I said, yes. He said, why? Because you are already there. A person who is fed up of himself is in hell. See, friends, many times you must have seen, we go to somebody's place. Are Gupta ji, what are you doing? Hey, come on here, I am very busy. Excuse me. But how come you came? No, I was alone, getting bored. Therefore, I thought, let me spend some time with you. See, this is normally happening. Now imagine, if you get bored when you are alone, so because of whom you are getting bored? Because of yourself. So when you get bored of yourself, what a solid bore you must be. This condition is like a person went to the doctor and said to the doctor, Doctor, please help me. What happened? See, when I sleep, I snore so loudly that because of my own snoring, my sleep gets disturbed. What should I do? Doctor said, go and sleep in the other room. What else can be done? We are fed up of ourselves. See, friend, therefore it is said, Vivikta sevi lagvashi yatavakkaya manasaha. Face yourself every day without getting bored, without feeling lonely. Then slowly you are getting out of your body identification. See? How I am with myself in my room, no rules and regulations. But when I go outside, rules and regulations are required. When I am within me, no rules and regulations. Therefore, when we take this world as real, and when we take ourselves to be the body, then Dharma Shastra is necessary. It is not humbug. But for whom? Can we afford to remain in KG1, KG2 throughout life? We have to grow. See, friends. No, but I like, that miss. It's okay, she was good, but now you are 35 years of age. Get out of it. See, friends, how long are you going to do the same thing? For them in the Dharma Shastra. Then yoga. Yoga is for the one who takes this body as me. And you will see, Patanjali must be turning in his grave. Nowhere he has mentioned yoga is for health. Nowhere he has mentioned it. Like, we keep the cow. We keep cow for what? Milk or the cow dung. See? We keep the cow for milk. Cow dung is a byproduct. One day somebody was telling me, Swamiji, do you know the height of foolishness? What? Our people elect the people who are the fools of the highest order. I said, do you want to know from me what is the height of foolishness? Gender bias. What gender bias? I said, cow dung is healthy, holy, pure. Gender bias? Understood? Or you want me to say, cow dung is holy and bullshit is unholy. Gender bias. What is the difference? See, friends. So, this body to be kept healthy, the only purpose is not right. But you will see most of the people engage in this funny thing called as yoga. Only their purpose is, I should live long, I should live long. What will you do by living long? It's a problem to yourself. This also I learned from one old lady in Sikkim. My friend, he was also pretty old, about 78 or many years before. He is no more now. So he told me, Swamiji, my mother is old, please let's go to her house and we'll meet her. I said, all right. Because it is a hilly state, we went by car up to a point, then from there I had to climb the hillock, about 250 or more steps. I climbed up there. And in the big compound, she was doing some gardening. And my friend was parking the car and coming. I walked alone. The moment I entered, without even asking me to come on, sit down, namaste, no, nothing. She said, did my son send you? Then I was shocked. She was perfectly healthy. And her argument was, you tell me how long I have to live. I tried everything. I drink, I smoke, I chew tobacco, I eat non-vegetarian, and yet I am not dying. I have disposed of my grandchildren in the graveyard, but I am not dying. I am 106 years of age. How many more I have to live? That day, this point has been very clear. Living long is not the purpose of the body. When Upanishad says, Kurvanne veha karmani jiri visheshatagam sama. Many places you will see the translation given is, doing your duties, desire to live for 100 years. That is not the right meaning. See, Kurvanne veha karmani jiri visheshatagam sama means, don't add years to your life, but add life to every moment of your existence. Live fully, 100%. And we can do that only if we are living in the utter present. Our condition is like a husband who is pulled by two wives, by two hands. What must be his condition? Like a churning rod. Either we are lost in our past. See, that is the reason why old people are not accepted in the young company. Anything the children have to say, immediately oldies like me, they will flash back. No, they will flush back. When we were children, who cares? See, my friends, but we just can't get rid of it. See? Or else, the other extreme, we are all the time worried about what that we don't know. So worry is an attempt to solve the problems which do not exist. And we struggle for that. See, friends. Now see what the struggle I mean. It's very simple to understand. 178 days before, in the morning 9 o'clock, what were you doing? 198 days gone? Or after 203 days, what dress you will be putting on? I don't know if I will be alive there or dead. But we keep on going away. Now, at this very moment, you don't have to think. So, who thinks? The mind thinks. With reference to past and future, be very attentive. Past and future belongs to body, not to mind. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra namuyati. One elderly, very educated, spiritually, and editor of some standard magazine, he asked me this question in Varanasi. He says, Swamiji, you are emphasizing so much that we should not talk about our past, about our childhood and all that. Then how will our children know about it? I said, you ask the children whether they want to know or not. We forget. Everybody is concerned about their own future. What we have? Old people have no future. Now what future I have got? Next flight. If it takes off or I take off. One of the two. See, friends. So people are not interested in our past. They are concerned about their future. But whenever a oldie goes, he will open his old past. When we were children, Hare Rama again begins. Try to remain in the present, and one of the technique is don't talk about your past and don't ask anybody about their past. But we Indians, wherever we go, take out a paper and pen. Where are you from? When were you born? Why were you born? No end to those questions. One after another goes on and on and on. Once it and all the experiences I am telling you is only with a view to learn. If you want to forget your past, there is only one way. When you learn from your experiences, you do not allow those experiences to be as a load on your mind. When we learn, it is a wisdom. Wisdom is light. When we don't learn, it is a wound, not a wisdom. And it is painful. See, my friends, like in our childhood, we have touched the fire sometime or the other, and we got burned. Now, do we have hatred for the fire? We don't have hatred, because we have learned. Apply the same principle in life. When you come to know by your experience that such and such person is a problematic one, so instead of hating them, learn from him. What you have to learn? When he comes, run. That's what I do. I don't want to fight with anybody. This I learned from a dog. You know, Bhagavan Dattatreya, in Bhagavad Mahapuran, he was asked by the king Yadu. Because he being a Avadhut, relaxed, cheerfully. So the king asked, Sir, you have nothing. No kingdom, no army, no family, no mansions, no place, no wealth. How come you are so happy? He said, therefore I am happy. True it is. Very simple. Then he was asked, who is your guru? Who taught you this? He said, I am not a poor one to have only one guru. You know, like a poor person has got only one langoti. A rich man has got a whole wardrobe. He said, I had 24 gurus. एक मर गया है तो दूसरा है. See, I got 24 gurus. Then he tells from whom what he has learned. Thereby, Guru is our ability to learn from the experiences. Be attentive. Experience do not happen outside. Experience happen in our mind. And if we don't learn from our own experience, even God cannot teach us. See, my friends, therefore, the more you are aware of this, you will see childhood belongs to the body. So be attentive. Where that childhood body has gone, find out. File an FIR. My childhood body is lost. Then, the teenage of which we are so arrogant, where the teenage body has gone, we don't know. But we are still there, na? Then the middle-aged body is also gone. We are still there. When this three body has gone, we are still there. When this old body will go, where we will go? We will remain there only. We are not going to die. I won't allow you to die as well as to live. See, friends, this is what Bhagavan says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra na muhyati. See, my friends, this is the simplest way to live through the body rather than living as the body. And when we live as the body, we live on everybody. See, therefore, to go beyond the body identification can happen only through proper inquiry and not all the time complaints. Old people normally complain. They don't have questions. They don't have inquiry, only complaints. Why God has created this world? Why the mind is so disturbed? One person asked me, Swamiji, why the mind is so disturbed? I said, why you should worry about my mind? He said, no, not your mind, Swamiji. Why my mind is disturbed? I said, how do I know why your mind is disturbed? He said, it's very difficult to talk to you. I said, don't talk. So simple. So, who is your Guru? On Bombay airport, it happened maybe year or so back. I am telling you how you can learn. From every experience, then there are no likes and dislikes because you have learned. I was sitting waiting for my flight departure to be announced. So there was another seat free. One elderly man came, a Sindhi gentleman. Sindhis are very spiritually oriented. He came and he said, can I sit here? I said, I don't know. How can I, whether somebody can sit or somebody cannot sit? I said, I don't know. He said, I don't know what you are. Anyway, he sat down. I said, sit down. Simple things. May I sit and can I sit? What a difference it is, you know. But Angrezi is gone. He said, then who is your Guru? Immediately, default settings. You sit down, who is your Guru? So I touched his feet. Guru Maharaj. He got so disgusted. And then he was thinking what to ask. Then he said, how are you going? I said, by flight number so and so. Who pays for your tickets? I said, now see, you are meeting me. Now after your flight is announced, you will go away. Will you go away without giving me dakshina? He was gone. And then poor fellow, He has to take out his purse. And then he was searching for the notes. One dilapidated 10 rupees note which was half dead, he took out. Then I told him, I don't accept less than 5001. He said, why? I said, ticket. Ticket ka कीमत इतना है, you have to pay this much. He said, I have never come across a person like you. I said, it's your prarabdha, what can I do? Then he said, you are the second person who has not spoken about himself in my life. What is that? He said, there was one great Mahatma in Vrindavan. His name is, he is no more, Swami Sharananandaji Maharaj. He was Pragya Chakshu, means he was blind. He was born in the erstwhile India, which is now in Pakistan. When he was hardly 8-9 years of age, very rich family. But his parents died for whatever reason. So his all uncles and everybody took away all the property. This blind boy was left on the road. He had nowhere to go. Then he joined with some Babaji, sadhu, and started living with them. Then he said, once I was going and some bullock cart came and dashed me, I fell down, I became angry. I shouted at the bullock cart fellow. He didn't care and he went ahead. Again I got up and I started walking because I couldn't see anything. Another bicycle came and dashed me. Again I shouted at him. And again I started walking. Then I dashed against a tree. Then I asked myself, now to whom will I shout at? He said, now in this world, only Bhagavan is mine, nobody. From that day onwards, he was all the time absolutely surrendered to the Lord. And he has gone to Badri Kedar Chaturdham 5 times when he was blind, all alone. Somebody or the other will come. See, friends. And nobody knew about him, anything about him. Only thing, he was born there and something happened and something. So, putting the dots and dashes together, they made it. But to him, he never spoke a word about him. He said, what I am and what you are seeing is different. What you are seeing is this body. This I am not. So when you want to ask about me and you want to write about me, what you will write will be only what you do not know about me. And when you will know me, you will stop writing. See, friends. Therefore, to get out of this body identification is the first spiritual practice. It is just a means. It is not the goal. But the yoga fellows all the time thinking about, no, I want to live long. One victim of Baba Ramdev, he did a lot of yoga, pranayam and all that. And therefore he lived for 125 years. But one day he has to die. Whatever number of years he lived, he died. Because he was doing yoga and all that, he went to the heavens. And in the heavens he saw beautiful apsaras, damsels, beautiful everywhere. And after seeing them, he started regretting, oh God, why did I delay coming over here? Living 125 years in this wretched body, in this useless world, cannot be the goal of life. This is just a means. Use it till it can be used. See, friends, when this is clear, then alone we will go beyond the body. Going beyond the body is not killing the body. Going beyond the body is not torturing the body. Agre valni prushte bhano ratro chubuk samarpita jano. That is not the way. Angam galitam malitam tundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam. That is not the spiritual life. See, friends, therefore, we all have to remember this basic principle. The first step on the spiritual path is to go beyond body identification. If this is happening, we are on the right track. If this is not happening, we are on the wrong track. See, like for a healthy body, there are some physiological norms. Temperature should be so much so, then the respiration rate should be so and so, metabolic rate should be so. There are normal norms are there. In the same manner, what are the norms of the spiritual life? This is the first norm. Then we are no more living as the body, but we are living through the body. Therefore, we don't carry the body as a burden on our head. If this is being achieved, then we are really walking the spiritual path. Otherwise, the same thing will continue again and again, again and again. When we are miserable, we talk to somebody. First time everybody will listen with all sympathy. Second time again you talk, they will say, okay, never mind. Third time you talk, they will take old newspaper and read upside down. Acha, you keep on talking, I am listening. And fourth time again they come on your head, they say, excuse me, I have to go to toilet. Yat gatva nani vartante tad dhama paramam. Nobody is interested in us. Please understand this. And then only we can focus attention on our own being. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari